he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity.
All right, so the Diddy documentary is still heating up the streets, and one big question is, how did 50 Cent and the rest of the team who put this documentary together, how did they get this secret footage of Diddy? And 50 Cent said Diddy sent him some flowers. Y'all better lock in, like the video, and subscribe. Let's get it. Now, 50 Cent posted this to his Instagram, and I thought it would be something cool to share because it might answer some questions.
Getting it is your bonds. Yo, man, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. All right? Whether it's NBAs, whether it's whatever. When these young boys come in, first of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But when you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder to get there. Yo, this is business. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't in love with you. Everybody ain't dedicated. Everybody ain't loyal to the point of stupidity.
Now, also, I think this helps what I'm about to say, because look at the first comment in 50 Cent's comment section. Diddy was only rich because he never paid people. And so you think about all of the times people will talk about contracts that they feel like Diddy screwed them over in back in the day. And look, I'll still say, unfortunately, black people need to educate themselves when they sign contracts in the entertainment industry. But yeah, it was a lot of people who are unhappy with Diddy when it came to contract negotiations. And you could see the same thing happening with a cameraman who now has all of this footage, and now he's willing to sell it to the highest bidder. And you think about the documentary, which I know a lot of y'all say isn't based in fact, but at the end of the day, I still think it painted a picture about Diddy that a lot of people would agree with. And one of the narratives I see going around from the documentary was they're saying that Diddy basically would like to have people in a constant position of coming to him with their hands out. I need money. I need this. I need that. Even if it was money that he owed them, because they're saying that was his way of manipulating them. And you can kind of see that constantly being brought up when it comes to all of these people who have an issue with Diddy. It always comes back to, you know, he was working for them. He was giving them an opportunity. He owed them money. That was the thing with that producer who helped him on the last album. I forget his name, but he was saying, hey, Diddy owed me a whole bunch of money. And then it became, hey, I saw all of this other stuff while I was working with Diddy. So this is another reason why he should pay me. And even going to people like Aubrey, who was in a documentary, and other people who work with Diddy, it always goes back to he was in the power position where he could, you know, either give people money or give them opportunities, and they feel like that's how he manipulated people. That's how he controlled people and got them to do his bidding or whatever, you know, weird stuff he was trying to get off. Now, also, they did say that they're still trying to protect the person who they got this footage from. But if you ask me, Diddy knows who shot that footage, right? Like the public might not know, but he knows who was in that room with him recording that day. And, you know, hopefully that person can be protected, and hopefully, you know, nobody from around Diddy tries to go after them. I see some people saying that 50 Cent is getting threats. 50 said Diddy sent him some flowers on some sus type.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
So 50 said, what kind of Diddy-ish is this? Diddy sent me flowers at Club 11, LOL. What all the foreplay? Get busy. You know I'm stupid.
Hey, no Diddy, man. No Diddy.
He also said, a warning. I'm 90s grimy. You don't warn me, LOL. And once again, of course, the first comment in 50 Cent's comment section is crazy. Sophie said he probably charged them to Biggie's account, because that's a reference from the documentary where they basically said Diddy made Biggie pay for his own funeral, which was another crazy thing that came out in the doc. But what do y'all think about this? Why is Diddy sending 50 Cent flowers? Now, I'm trying to remember, was that like a mafia thing back in the day where they would send somebody flowers they didn't like, and it was like to tell you, yeah, your days is numbered. When we catch up to you, you know, you're going to put these flowers at your funeral. I don't know if that's what Diddy was trying to do, but hey, Diddy, man, you should be focused on those ramen noodles. You should be focused on those, you know, those Twinkie pastries. You know, they take like Twinkies and honey buns and they mash them up and put them together and they make a cake or something like that. That's what you should be focused on. You should be focused on, like, you know, the jail cell hibachi, the jail cell fried rice, fried chicken. You know, they heat up the metal bed in the jail cell, and then they start cooking on the metal bed like it's a skillet. That's what Diddy should be focused on. He should be focused on like all of that food with the metal in it that he trying to eat. Don't forget, you know, they said Diddy is in there drinking jail-made alcohol, where I don't know if they take urine or or they take old juice and they let it sit out. And then if you let it sit long enough, it gets potent like liquor. And so they said Diddy in there drinking his own specialty Diddy juice. That's what he should be focused on. He shouldn't be focused on anything that got to do with this documentary, bro. You had your little freaky ways. They keep saying you wanted to get recorded 24 hours a day, which, regardless of what you think about the documentary, that's still weird. Somebody who want like the cameraman to be with them 24/7. And I know some of y'all saying, well, how is that weird? I think it's weird that he was having somebody record him while he was trying to figure out this situation before he went to jail. I think some of that should have been off camera. I don't think he should have been recording that. And see, that lets me know it was certain stuff you probably shouldn't have been recording that you would have recorded. Remember, that whole Diddy tape thing, people are saying that for a reason. Remember, for some reason, they're saying he kept the Cassie tape and that tape was in his possession. Why would you keep that tape? Why wouldn't you destroy that? But this is all going to what people keep saying about him, which is he wanted a camera to be rolling 24/7. Who knows if he allegedly recorded some of those freak offs with Cassie. So, hey, you got caught slipping. You made that footage, and now you got to watch it. And this is a pattern with him. We keep seeing footage that I'm sure he didn't want the world to see. You definitely didn't want us to see that Cassie tape. And I'm sure you didn't want us to see this. So, you know, if you got an issue, let your lawyers handle it. Why you sending flowers? Now, maybe it's cap. I'm sure Diddy's team is going to come out and they're going to say, you know, we don't know who sent him flowers. It wasn't us. But, you know, that's the latest what's going on with this doc. Y'all tell me what y'all think about all of this. Y'all better like the video. You better subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.